Awesome. Cool. We'll go ahead and get started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the My Virgo Friend podcast. I am your host, CheChe. Thank you so much for joining in. We have another amazing guest with us today, Miss Kyndra Crump. Hello. Good morning.
Great morning. It is Grand Rising. I had to wear my dress today because I felt the atmosphere was gonna be like so, just everything. I just felt like let me wear my dress. This dress is like it's a total package. Like I be command and control when I wear this dress, honey. I be talking these men out of their paychecks when I wear this dress. It ain't worked yet, but I'm sticking to its existence. All right.
I know that's right. Let's go free flowing clothing. You guys,
Yes.
we start every episode of the My Virgo Friend podcast with deep intentional breaths. So join me, if you will, 4 deep inhales through the nose and out through the mouth. Let's go. Deep inhale. And take a sip in gratitude, taking in the good energy for the day, the good energy you're expecting for the day. Let's take a sip. Cheers, Kyndra.
Yes, cheers to prosperity. Cheers to being billionaires around here. Cheers to your podcast having 100,000 followers.
Let's go. You better speak it. And today is 5-5 day, May 5th. And I'm speaking of prosperity, because I usually have this white, black background. But I'm like, I need to start, gradually start adding a little decor, because it is Taurus season with the earth energy and beautifying. So I have my money tree here. So yeah.
Okay, money tree. Okay. Hey, I got a question. Does your money tree, like, I'm trying to get with Rapper the Game. I've been like responding, like sending him DMs, a couple DMs every year, right? He don't want to respond back. Can you ask your money tree or ask whomever? Let them know to tell them to respond back to my DM, because I'm trying to see him and we're gonna, be happily married for like a week until I get tired of him.
You might need to change the system. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe the DM system just ain't effective for that one.
Oh man, you're right.
But today is a manifesting day though. It's May 5th. It's 5-5. Yesterday we had May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Shout out to Star Wars, Star Trek. May the 4th be with you. Have you heard of that?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I'm not a fan, but Yoda. Don't they make that sound? No. Okay.
Chewbacca, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. I was close. Okay, good.
Like a motorcycle driving by.
The old school ones.
Yeah, I'm not a Star Wars or Star Trek person either, but I know like May 4th is like, one of those days. But today is Cinco de Mayo. Shout out to everybody celebrating Cinco de Mayo. But I went out yesterday for Taco Tuesday. So it's like you have Taco Tuesday with May 4th, and then Wednesday is Cinco de Mayo. I also think it's Chris Brown's birthday, I believe.
It is his birthday. It is. Do you have a crush on him, or did you like I'm not gonna be part of that train. I'm gonna like somebody else.
Absolutely. I was loving him through the whole Rihanna thing. I was loving him before, after. He's an artist. People make mistakes, whatever. He paid his time. The end of story. I can't stand when people bring up like, well, what about the whole Rihanna thing? It's like, if she don't have a problem with him, why should I?
Exactly. So and then they did some albums, a couple songs after many years later. So hey,
they got money together, so they're good.
Exactly. They are.
Who am
really
I?
Are.
Who
they
am
really
I to
are.
be upset?
They really are.
Speaking of Chris Brown, did you see the dance video that's been going crazy?
Oh yeah. I was in the background. You probably was quick flash me. I was there, and then me and Chris went to the room together.
Yes. You know what, Kyndra? I forgot. We went straight to the chit chat, and we didn't even get your intro. Miss Kyndra, please tell us who you is. My bad. My apologies.
Well, for all the ones who ain't the highest grade of weed in the dispensary, I am a comedian. If you ain't laughed already, so yes, from Atlanta, been here since I was 0. So you know how been in a certain city for so long, you get bored. You just be trying to travel and everything else. Like I said, I'm trying to travel to Rapper the Game's house. I know your podcast is popping. Okay,
it's gonna reach,
and I know he listens to it. So
yes,
Jason,
he does.
Terrell Taylor, Sir, I know your first, middle, and last name. I need you to respond back to my DM, and I'm putting my finger in your face right now.
And there we
Respond
go.
back to my DM that I sent you on April 19, 2020 at 8:38 in the afternoon, okay, at night. And then April 19, 2021 at 9:35 p.m. You're going to respond back, sir, okay? Because I'm
Now
coming to see you anyway in LA.
Now,
in a
Kyndra,
couple
you know
weeks.
that's the day before 420. Maybe he was getting ready for the festivities.
Okay, listen, 420 for him is every day. Okay, cut the bull crap. Okay,
Hey,
cut the bull crap. Sis.
I
But
see
yes,
no lies.
I am, you know, just a you know, free spirited hippie who loves Jesus Christ, and I'm out here still, you know, taking, you know, slapping names, pimping hoes, and all that good stuff. You know how I do. So yeah.
What's your sun sign? Do you know your sun sign?
I don't at all.
When's your birthday?
May 17th is coming up. The countdown is on.
Okay, so I want to say you're a Taurus, but it's close to the Gemini cusp. So I would say you're Taurus, Gemini cusp.
Yeah, I'm a little of everything. I'm all a little crazy with everything. So you know, hey, I'm a wild card. You don't know what you're gonna get one day.
Oh shoot! Now, what do you know about being a Taurus woman?
From what people have told me, I guess it's like very stubborn. You know,
Okay,
my mom has been saying that for years. That's the only thing I know. You know, so everything else is. It seems like I feel like it's up in the air. I'm like, I feel like I'm everything. I feel like I might be all the, you know, astrology signs of the day. It depends. You know, I might be a crybaby about something for 5 minutes, and I might be very headstrong about something for the next minute. You know, who knows what it is? Who knows what it is?
And there is some truth to that, because there's a thing called a natal chart, and it's basically the alignment snapshot of how the planets were aligned when you were coming through your mother's womb, like when you were crowning through. We do have multiple planet placements, like for our signs, like your sun sign, which is based on your birth date, is, you know, for you, Taurus, for me, Virgo, and that's earth sign. So shout out to the earth gang, and shout out to the Tauruses as well, celebrating their birthday. So
right to that.
Also to the Capricorns too. That's the third earth sign. But we also have this thing called a moon sign, which is basically how our emotions are processed. Your Mercury sign, which is how you communicate, and they can all be in different zodiac signs. It may be the same zodiac sign for multiple placements, you know. So it's very cool, very deep, interesting and stuff. But Taurus Queen. Okay, so you said your mama used to say, used to call you stubborn for a while. Do you have an example? Like, in what ways? How were you stubborn?
Me not listening to her about anything. Hey, put this on. I don't want to. Hey, can you you need to do better in school. I don't want to. Like, it was always me being combative. And I don't know if that was because, you know, girls and, you know, women, girls, mothers and daughters, they can get a little, you know,
there's going to be a period of like bumping heads.
Tension. But yeah, I was always, and my dad had an issue with it as well. Like, he would always be like, man, you don't want to know that you don't know. And like, I was like, bro, what's wrong with y'all? You know, I'm like, I can't wait till I get grown so I can get out of here. You know, and then I would be couch surfing and come back. So
right, let me in.
So yeah, but no, it was always me always saying, no, I don't want to do this, or me always having an attitude and saying why, and I'm just talking. You know what? I had to apologize to my mom. I'm like, Mom, I'm sorry for talking back, and I still talk back after I apologize to her. So hey, you know, I'm a work in progress, you know.
So I guess just consider outspoken. You an outspoken young girl.
Very, very. I would ask a lot of questions. I would always say why, and because I said something like that's not no answer, you know. And then she would say, "Oh well, God don't give us an answer for everything." I'm like, Mom, come on now, don't be trying to equate God to this. I need to know why I can't do that. Okay, don't be doing that.
It's a simple question.
Just answer the question.
Just answer the question. I don't like that when parents just feel like they don't have to explain anything. It's like just. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I don't have to explain it to you. I don't tell you. Just say you don't know. You know, rather than just making a child feel, you know, like a burden.
But I guess, you know, parents, you know, they're like, well, you ain't got no kids, so you want to understand. I'm like, I understand, but once I have children, I'm going to treat them a certain way. You treat people like you want to be treated. Does anybody forget the golden rule? Exactly.
You know, that's how you teach your kids respect, by respecting them and respecting their thought process, you know, like for example, like when women are outspoken, you know, inquisitive young girls, but you know, they grow up and then people start calling them like bossy, or even may call them a bitch or whatever, all because they're assertive and just say what's on their mind, and they're not just going to go along with what somebody says, you know. And I think it's
Of
very
course.
important to appreciate when young girls are like able to be outspoken, because there's so many girls, and not even girls, but just people that live a life of quiet desperation because they can't express themselves and they can't say exactly how they feel. They just feel like guarded all the time. So cheers to the outspoken young girls. Leave them
Yes.
alone.
Were you one of them, or were you more like reserved growing up?
I was outgoing. No. Some teachers used to get on my nerve because I guess I used to get on some teachers' nerves because I was like the front row in the middle, hand raised type of person. Why? Like, I want to get to the bottom of it, So some teachers would be insecure and like get frustrated, but some teachers love that because I'm engaged. I'm learning. Like, I'm a Virgo. I love learning. And I also love showing how smart I am. That's just one thing I just love. I love intelligence. Intelligence is a value of mine. So
let me find out, something I don't know. Like you got some great, hey, you know who shot Tupac? The real killer.
I entertain the whole Cuba thing. Yeah, I kind of entertain that a little bit.
Okay. Do you feel like there's an underworld out there that we don't know about, that is out there, but the government has not placed it out there yet? Do you believe in that?
Like when you say that, I'm not getting off the subject. Have you seen the movie Us?
I have not seen it yet.
Okay, so kind of, sort of, yeah. And that movie kind of, sort of alludes to that as well. I highly recommend.
All right, then. Okay, let's do it. I'll do it. As long as your teachers, you said that the teachers would get, a little agitated with the fact that you were like, hey, as long as they didn't treat you differently or they didn't fail you or try to like give you a bad grade on purpose.
No,
people will do that. Teachers will do that. Like, if they want to be petty.
And it's sad, that like some kids have to go through that, and just because the teacher is older and has more power, so to speak, they just do whatever to the kids. Okay, so being a stubborn, considered stubborn, whatever, but I just think that just being, like just tell me why, like just be clear about it, so that I think that gives me like more Gemini energy too, like I was saying.
You know what? I had somebody come up to me at my job, and I haven't seen him since, but he was a worker. He was telling me he's an actual astrologer, and he was telling me that the whole dates and everything is actually wrong. Like, he said you're actually a Gemini because it's like a week after or something like that. I'm like, oh, okay, well, hey, it makes sense, I guess. I don't know, but again, like I said, I've been told so many different things from different people over the course of years. I'm like, oh, hey, I guess it is what it is then. It is what it is.
Exactly. Yeah. So you said you was raised in Atlanta. What was that like?
Growing up, so my parents, I grew up in a 2-parent household. Partially, kind of, in a way, because by the time I was coming around, they were just completely done with each other. Okay, so it was a half a parent household. Okay,
so
gotcha. My father, they were on paper married for 25 years, but in reality, it probably was like only 3 years. Okay, so my father, we started off at riches, honey, and then we got to rags after like the divorce and separation, and so I am still at rags right now. That's why I'm trying to jump on all these podcasts and trying to get my name out there.
Yes,
so I can be, out of the Section 8 neighborhood by my mama Minx fur coat and get on with my life.
I love it.
So yes, the first 8 years of my life, it was cool. Grew up in a nice neighborhood. We had an intercom in the household. Like, I felt like we were official. When you got an intercom in the household and stuff like that.
I'm
like, hey, welcome to McDonald's, man. Take your order. Like, I used to play on that thing all the time, man. It was beautiful, right? And then, like I said, after the divorce happened, we're like in this 1-bedroom apartment with like 5 other people, and it was pretty rough at that time. We leave there, and we're just kind of like bussing around and just like living from one side of town to the next. And again, knowing what, back then I didn't understand what was going on, and I was very upset with my, both parties' parents. And
how old were you?
The time where I was very upset, I was 11 years.
11. Okay, 11. Sorry.
I was 11 years old. That's when I literally denounced everything. I was like just angry, cursing. Everybody got cursed out. Did not care. I didn't care to punch you in your face, adult, child, whatever it might have been. Yeah, I was feisty. Then it went away a couple years after that. So I, like, now my energy is like, I don't have time for that. Self-care for me is removing myself out of situations before I get ignorant. Okay.
Okay. I want to hurt your feelings.
But yeah, growing up, like I said, the Atlanta now, present day is not the same Atlanta growing up, because things were a lot different. It seems like now everything is more crowded. People are doing a lot more things that I didn't think, was going to be possible. It's to me, it's like, I guess for me, I always thought growing up, because I'm entering high school at this point, and I remember girls dating guys who were older, I'm like, oh, I want that too, type of thing, right? So I get a little bit older, start trying to date older men, keyword, try to. And I realized, I'm like, brother, how you trying to ask me for a ride and some money, and you like 10, 15 years older than me? Come on now. Like, come on now, it's terrible. So
Make
like
it make sense.
I was always doing little comedy acts. I never hit the stage, but I was always making all my classmates laugh. I guess to mask the pain of what I was going through at home.
Okay, gotcha.
So yes, that's pretty much it. So I mean, hey, you gotta, like, you have to get to that place of I had to get to that place of forgiveness for both parties of my parents, because you got to realize, man, they did the best that they could do, and they probably was taught a certain way and everything else. Even though my relationship with my mom is not ideal or where I want it to be, I say, hey, I come to peace about it and I let it go. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, because if you don't, like, it could eat you alive. Like, there's some people that really just stop living life because they can't get over something. Exactly. Or they can't forgive someone, So, so wow, I like that. So you went back to a gift that you had, like, as a child, like you tapped back into. So it's like inner child healing to, like, go back to that, because that was a gift you realized and it helped others. It helps you. So I think that's very cool.
Most definitely. Like, I feel like we all have some type of talent. We all have something that we could share with the world. It's just up to you to hone it and go after it. And it's not going to be easy. I'm telling you, man, people, think, oh man, like, you out there making it big, you're going here, going down. Like, guys, it wasn't always like this. Like, there are going to be people out there who don't want to give you a chance for no reason. There are going to be people out there who don't, you may never hear back from them. And then all of a sudden they pop up, hey, you still want to go, still want to hang out or be on my podcast? I'm like, oh wow, I thought you forgot about me. I'm like, I thought you died. Some people, I'm like, oh okay.
Oh Lord.
I mean, I know that's so extreme, but I be thinking that, I'm like, maybe they, like, went on the yonder or something like that. So I wasn't sure with a lot of these people, but no, you gotta work on it. Like, let me ask you something. Do you know what your calling is? Have you figured out what's your dream? Are you living your dream job right now? Or are you searching for that?
I'm getting into the energy of my dream job.
Okay.
Like, I'm doing it on a smaller scale, I guess you could say.
Got it.
Yeah, like, because I'm building my life coaching business right now. Like, completing the course. Yes. But, like, just like yesterday, she was saying, okay, like, determine, like, what's your niche, your target market, and, like, today it came to me, I'm an intuitive coach because I do energy healing through yoga, through dance, through motivational speaking. Like, it's just all about your energy. And I'm always preaching about your intuition, trust me, intuition, deep breathing. That's all, like, intuition based teaching that I'm doing. So I finally, came to that. So that's so interesting that you asked me that, because again, it's 5/5 day, it's manifestation day, and 5 is the number of change and pivot, so it's just like declaring who you are. That's what we should be doing right now with this energy, so I am an intuitive coach. Thank you.
I'm proud. I'm very proud, like, that you're going after that, and I know for a fact not everybody was always on board for that. Like, oh girl, that ain't gonna happen. Like, you might as well quit. Did you come close to listening to those people where you're like, no, I'm gonna be an example for somebody out there?
I would say, like, up to a certain point, because I just had to get to a point of trusting myself, and I know who I am. And once you learn that some people project on you at times, sometimes they're happy for you, and then sometimes they just can't be happy for you. And then, you just have to know, like, know when to decipher, like, yes, these people may love me and care for me, but ultimately I have to have more faith in them because I'm the one that's doing the action, so. Yeah, of course, in hindsight, I wish I could have struck while the iron was hotter back then, you know, but timing is everything too. Like I believe in divine timing and intervention, and you know, things happen when they're supposed to. But in the meantime, do the work, you know, so when the opportunity arises, you're ready.
Let's drink to that. Come on, let's
Okay.
drink to that. Hold on.
Chills.
You know, but and that's actually true. A lot of us kind of like, for example, I'm in college right now. I attend Clark
Hey.
Atlanta University, my major, and we're graduating next Saturday. The countdown is on.
Oh,
So
congratulations.
yes.
What are you studying?
So my degree is in mass communications, and knowing what I know now, I would have just furthered it in psychology to be a, you know, get my PhD in child psychology.
Yes.
But the reason I say that mass communications for me is not really important is because we live in a day and age now where you can go viral off of one video. Once social media, I mean, YouTube was the first where you can upload videos, but when it came with Instagram, I believe they started having videos out like 2015. Like you can have like the 15-second video and everything else to showcase your talent. And around I didn't get like a better phone quality till like 2016, and I didn't start posting videos. Like I would start from Snapchat 2016 and I didn't import the videos until like 2017, you know, to Instagram, and really like go full throttle until 2018. But knowing what I know now, I would have just like I said, gone to a different college that's actually less expensive, because the thing is, like, Clark Atlanta was always my dream school, right? Yeah. But one thing, if any, because I feel like you might have younger listeners out there, or any younger listener, or maybe you might have older listeners who have younger listeners. So the best advice I can give to anybody out there, even if this might be your dream school, your dream car, whatever it might be, sometimes the best thing to do is, okay, look at the pros and cons. Okay. And what I mean by that is you can still go after that, but look at the long end. Do you want to pay like $50,000 or $100,000 in student loans? Now, because again, the average person, you know, and this is how the government sets things up, isn't balling like that. The average person isn't walking around with a black card where they can pay for the tuition, don't ever have to worry about talking to Sally Mae, none of that. But for, you know, like I said, the average person, they're not balling like that. You know, we're all trying to out there make it. And I find it beautiful, especially when I come across another person of color who has made it without selling out, without doing what the man wants us to do and everything else. But like I said, for me personally, knowing what, you know, I saw the bill on my, you know, I had to do the exit exam, and I'm like, oh, wow, okay. It says it's going to take me about 15, 20 years to pay all this off. Great. You know, so like I said, knowing what I know now, I definitely would have gone to a different school, like a public school, and furthered that. But hey, I'm gonna, you know, apply for Georgia State in the fall, so I can, you know, continue on with the plan, the road to success and everything else. So yeah, you know, but it's okay. These are the things that I can, you know, tell somebody else about.
Exactly. That's what it's all about. And I think that's why we're here, to share our experiences so we can learn from each other, you know, and help elevate each other to our highest self. So yes, we're going back to school, elevating your degree, elevating your education, investing in yourself.
That's correct. That's correct. And you know, and I always tell people that these are things that I kind of wish they would have told us in high school. Like, talk about trade school. I didn't know nothing about trade school until I got into my community college. Oh, actually, when I first started my university, because I did community college first and then the university. So like, these are things that you know, talk about trade school, talk about taxes, talk about, you know, different things that really could matter. Yes, stuff like
real estate,
stuff like that. Yes, talk about that.
You know, I absolutely agree with you. So, okay, so you're a comedian. Tell me how you like reintroduce yourself back into that as a career choice, and what does it require for you, like your day to day? You know, what should we know about what it's like being a comedian?
So me being a comedian, and you gotta excuse me because my ADHD kicks in. So if somebody asks more than one question, I gotta
sorry.
You're fine. I'm like, wait, let me try to answer everything in order.
Need all three right now.
So as far as being a comedian, this is why I tell people, like, some things that you're naturally good at, and some things I feel like people force to themselves to try to be good at. I'm naturally funny. I don't. Here's the thing: like a good comedian is versatile. You don't have to use profanity to make people laugh. I have not said not one lick of a bad word. Yeah, maybe I I said the word harlot. Okay, made a joke about that, but other than that, I'm not out here. But I'm trying to keep you on the air. Okay, I don't want this to say explicit content, parental advisory. I don't want that. I'm trying to make your job a little bit easier with the editing.
Let's go. Okay? Yes.
So being a comedian, like I said, I had to get to a groove of how often am I going to post.
Okay.
Typically, I post Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Mondays are me just making a, quick little funny rant. I might put a picture of myself up, me being dancing. I'm part of the Rhythmless Nation. That's why I never worked at Magic City or anybody's booty club for the banner, because I got 2 left feet. I would have been the first stripper in history bringing home pocket change. You would have thought I was working for a nonprofit organization. So in the meantime, I display my, my 2 left feet skills, dancing to some old school music. On Wednesdays, I post my own individual podcast on YouTube, where I just, say whatever it is that I want to say, and get with it or get lost. And on Fridays, I do these little PSAs where I just talk about whatever. I might do an advertisement. I am so good at advertisements. I'm like, man, I'm a natural at this. I'm like, y'all want to send me your products, send them to me, and I'm gonna make a joke, and then I'll send some people to your page. How about that? But you have to get into a rhythm. But the only issue that I have with people is that they feel like, okay, are you gonna post something today? I'm like, did you not just look at my page 2 hours ago? I posted something. Like, what do you expect me to do?
They want more, Kyndra. They want more.
Well, why don't you give me an idea, and then you can be the ghostwriter and send it to me, okay? And it better be good too. With that being said, my entire thing is that you gotta. I think people fail to realize, like I said, life still happens. Sometimes you need to take a break from social media. Like, it's good to take that break and that cleanse. You can't, even if I answered all my DMs, I can't be on social media all day.
No.
Like, I have to find something else that's more productive. I like going on YouTube. Like, this is how you recharge and reset. This is how I can definitely have all of my mind, on one track when I am recharged from that, from YouTube. I mean, from social media, because a lot of times people post on social media. I've felt myself coming into comparison because I'm like, oh, I want their relationship, and not realizing that he's probably like beating her up, at night. They're probably homeless. There are so many popular bums
never know
online, unfortunately. But like I said, I post Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. As far as with material, I make a joke about whatever. I can literally make a joke about whatever, and it's freaking hilarious. Like I'm like, you guys, I have to have a camera follow me all day long. And y'all are gonna be
we need a production crew. Manifest a production crew.
We do. It's gonna be called the Kyndra Crump Show. Like, that's what I want, my own individual podcast, my own individual nationally syndicated radio show to be called the Kyndra Crump Show. My television show, and yes, you are definitely welcome on my show.
Please and thank you.
And I'll put you in a nice hotel for the weekend, but still bring your bed bug spray, because Esmeralda and Maria, they are overworked and underpaid, so they might forget a couple things.
They don't have exactly so let me bring that with me.
Okay, of course, never can be too prepared. But yeah, that like I said, so hopefully I felt like I answered all 3. If not, then charge it to my heart, not to my head, to not to my heart.
What was I want to say? So in regards to your influencers, who are your comedic influencers? Like,
all right,
for your talent.
I'm going to exclude Richard Pryor, Dave Chappelle, and Kevin Hart. And I'll give you my top 5 in no particular order. Cedric, the entertainer. Number 2 is Steve Harvey. Number 3, Chris Rock. Number 4, Carlos Miller. For the ones that don't know about him, he's from the 85 South Show in Wild 'N Out.
Yes, love him.
Number 5 is Arnett J. For the ones that don't know him, go Google him. You might, yes, Rodney, his brother Rodney. You might, got some youngest.
Comic View.
Yes,
Comic View. Shout out to people that remember BET Comic View.
Yes.
So Richard Pryor, Dave Chappelle,
and Kevin Hart are excluded. I'm gonna tell you why. people, that's always gonna be in their top 5. Kevin Hart to me is not even funny. Cat Williams is funnier than him and can run circles around him and everything else, you know. But a lot of people are gonna always say them in their top 5, you know. And for me personally, I feel like you have so many other great talents, and no matter what, same thing even in basketball. Everybody's gonna always want to put MJ, Kobe, LeBron, but you got so many other people out there who are good, if probably not, if not better, you know, stuff like that.
I love it. When do you recall your first memory of being funny?
I can't recall the first memory, but I will tell you, I remember my 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Rosser, shout out to her. She told me that she said, you're the funniest student I've had thus far, or the funniest student I had this year. But for the sake of this conversation, because I like to, you know, you got to brag on yourself. You got to hype your own self up.
You have to toot the horn.
I felt like she said, you're the funniest student I've had thus far while teaching. And that was the first highlight of her, like recognizing my comedic talent, my dream, and everything else.
And did you have the same reception with your family?
My family thought I remember I was 12 years old. My sister said, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I was listing some things, and comedian came up. And she said, you ain't funny. I'm like, how you gonna tell that to a 12-year-old? Okay, that's why your life is the way it is now. Okay, and prosper. How you gonna tell that to a 12-year-old? Thank you for ruining my dreams, sis.
Now how old was she at this time?
Like 30. We're like 15 years.
What? A grown woman?
Of course, you know, haters come in all shapes and sizes. So
was she your old? Like, is it just y'all two?
We got, so anytime somebody's like, hey Kyndra, how many siblings you got? I'm like, only one that matters, but they all cancel now. But no, it's 5 of us. She, okay, so we have the one like who is my father's child, and she's out of state. Okay. And then everybody else is in the state of Georgia. Gotcha. So yeah, we pretty much, it's like 4 out of 5 who, you know, same mama, same daddy. So like if we were all going to school together, somebody roast us, I would have been like, at least I got the same mom and dad. For y'all.
What number are you in the group of 5?
Number 4.
Number 4, and she's number 1.
She's okay. So older sister, Chicago, the one that's living in Chicago, is number 1. And then we got my oldest brother, and then I'm number 2. Then my sister number 3. I'm number 4. Then we got a young brother after me, number 5.
Oh, cool. You know, like growing up, I've always said I wanted a basketball team of kids. I wanted a boy, boy twins, girl, baby boy. So it's kind of like the same order in a sense.
In a way. Have you thought about, do you have children now?
No, but I just made peace actually the last episode, because I've always said I don't care if I have kids. I'm indifferent, you know, want kids one time, don't want kids. I've officially declared I do want to be a mom. I put it into the universe, and I'm gonna let God do his thing.
And that's what you're supposed to do. And let me ask you, have you thought about adopting?
I'm open to that now. Like,
can you adopt? Can you adopt me?
Huh?
Can you adopt me? I come complete. I don't be talking back no more.
No. I'm trying to adopt myself. I'm trying to figure out the other side of me. Bring her back to life.
What do you have any pets? Sometimes, like, you can become a cat or a bird.
I do. Conan, come here. I have a teacup chihuahua.
Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be a cat that flew. Hello, Conan. Hi, nice to meet you.
Hey, Conan. Oh wow. Everyone, this is my dog Conan. Say hey, Conan.
Oh, okay. Are they supposed to make that sound? What just happened? What happened?
I think it's a growl of endearment.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what was going on with Conan. Oh wow. Oh, okay. I don't think he's ready. Okay. All right. We're gonna keep that in. Don't edit that part out.
So I have a baby boy already. So I'm already in that boy mom energy, you know. So you know, is
this your first pet?
It is. Well, you know, like the first in-house pet. How about that? Because I grew up in the South, so like any stray cats or dogs came around, we would give them names and give them food and stuff. And
okay, when they died, did you have a funeral for them?
Yeah, all that. So it's like, you know.
Well, that's good. Here's the thing. I love animals, man. I'm the type, if I see, like, you know, true story. I remember one time I was walking down to Walmart, saw this cat, just, you know, cats, they don't mind laying in the middle of the road for no reason. But anyway,
Oh Lord.
Cat, they love doing that. I don't know why, but cat was laid in the middle row. This cat was so beautiful. It was like the prettiest cat I've seen. I was like on the verge. I was like reaching out to touch it, and I heard 5 people say, "Don't you touch that cat!" And I jumped back. I mean, this is like not present day, but like adult age present day, like a couple years ago. And I heard like 5 people say, "Don't you touch that cat!" And I was like, "What?" And the cat just looked at me, and I was like, "Okay, let me go to my car and drive off." I was like, if I see a fox in the woods, I'm gonna have the urge to touch it. If I see like a bobcat, I'd be wanting to take it home. Like I'm that type of person. I love animals, man. I love animals.
I love that. Do you have any pets?
I have a cat. The one that flies at you, meows, hisses, all that good stuff. And she's outside.
What color is she?
She is black, white, brown. So on one side of her face, and I'll, once we finish recording, I'll go find her so I can show you her. Yes. One side of her face is black, the other side of her face is brown, and she's split down the middle, right? And I think that's so cool. And when I got her like two years ago. Got her 2.5 years ago. Her birthday is August 8th, and I did a little birthday celebration for her, right? Yeah.
Yes, August 8th. That's Infinity Day.
Yeah.
Double Infinity.
She, and I was looking when we got her. Now, mind you, we weren't even really supposed to have her. My brother, and this is what he says, I don't be believing the youngest one. I don't believe nothing that he really be saying.
Oh,
Lord. He had told me that his friends found this cat in a box, like on the side of the road while they were just walking out and about for no reason. And so he brought the cat home, and I'm like, he was supposed to take care of the cat. It's really his cat, but he wasn't taking care of it. He just over here naming it. I'm like, bro, this is not like a hood type story. Take care of the freaking animal, right? Anyway, I was looking for this cat's parent. Any cat, I would literally be driving around Atlanta, and any cat that looks similar to this cat, I would yell out the window, "Did you lose a child?" And it would just scat. So I think I found his mother, but probably not.
Oh, dang. I do want to go back to the sister that made that comment about that you're not that funny. Do you know when's her birthday?
July 16th.
So she's a Cancer. Okay. So when she made that comment, how did it affect you? Like, what happened after that in regards to your feelings about comedy, your feelings regarding her, or just yourself?
Well, when she made that comment, I was like, really? Like, why would you even say that? But you got to realize, man, hurt people. And
exactly.
it took me a while to realize that she's not a very happy person within herself. She has a lot of mental issues. She has probably a lot of emotional issues. I feel like the relationship that she's in, she's not happy. She's just going through the motions type of thing. Yeah. And you gotta, and it took me a while to realize that she has to get, and then she's like so far away from God, like she's just going through the motions with everything. So I think, and our relationship has never been that ideal. You gotta realize. And hey, we family, so I can be honest and open with you. When I had told you earlier how many siblings that I have, and I say only one that matters, and actually everybody's canceled, I'm really a loner because my relationship with each of my siblings is really no relationship. I have the oldest one who's in Chicago. This is honestly how our relationship is. And mind you, I'm not a smoker at all, but every now and again, I'll be in the clouds with Snoop Dogg to a point. Actually,
let's go.
True story. I was as I was front row of Snoop Dogg's concert. He lit the blunt, passed to me, and I was like, hi to the next day, and I'm like, man,
let's
where
go.
Am I? You know where I was at? Okay. So yeah, I'm like, wait. So, but our relationship with one of the oldest one, we just have a smoking relationship, and we sit in the car. We'll sit in the car. We won't say nothing. I'll try to make her laugh. She doesn't even laugh at my jokes. I'm like, oh, okay. Oldest brother, he is not all the way there. I tried living with him, and he was like literally just acting just very crazy, and like it was like hard to live with him, and he would try to argue over the littlest thing. So there's some type of mental issue going on with that. Then we get down to my sister. She is, judgmental. She'll keep asking and bringing up the same question, a same situation over and over again. When I'm like, okay, I don't want to talk about that no more. Can we move on? Type of thing, Then youngest brother, he just is out there doing his own thing. He ate up my chicken, okay? Ate up all my chicken I had bought from the store. Didn't pay me back. Walked up in the house one day with a new outfit on, and I'm like, sir, the audacity.
Right.
How much is Audacity paying you? Still ain't paid me back for that chicken 3 months ago, right? Walked into the house 2 days in a row with 2 new outfits. Okay, he still owes me money from other things. But I
Ain't
let it
said
go.
nothing about it.
I'm like, God's gonna deal with you. But again, like I said, our relationship is, I don't have a relationship with people. Like I'm literally, one thing I realized, man, is if you ain't on the same spiritual wavelength as a person, it ain't gonna be there.
It's a waste of time. Well, not a waste of time, but yeah, like a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what are we gonna talk about? How are we gonna connect?
Exactly. And it's like, for me personally, I just got to that point where I had to come to a place of peace with everybody. You know, I had to come to a place even with my own parents, you know.
Yeah.
My dad's birthday is May 11th. And up until his transition, he was a very angry man, but he had internal demons within himself. You know, my mom's birthday is December 23rd. And I, like I said, I don't get that, you know, great relationship with her. You know, oldest sister's birthday is April 9th. Oldest brother's birthday is April 12th. You know, youngest brother's birthday is October 5th. So again, you have all of these different people and their different, you know, spiritual battles within themselves. Like let me tell you, like, okay, had a conversation with my sister. And she had, a lot of my family has an issue with the fact that I'm a great tipper. Okay.
You're a great tipper?
Yes, ma'am.
Money-wise.
Yeah. Yes, money-wise. If I go to, because my father taught me many years back, he said, if you don't have enough money to go to tip, don't go out to eat.
And there you go.
And that's the honest truth.
Yeah.
Now, the rule is you leave at least 15%. If you want to go 40, 50, that's up to you. I'm that type of way. You know, especially if you do the little things like, hey, I want water with no ice. If you bring out water with no ice, I'm automatically tipping 100% of the bill, because those it's little details that I ask for. You know, so I'm a really great tipper. You know, I don't want to be like that stereotype that Black folks don't tip type of thing. Now, prior to me working in the restaurant industry, of course, I was that Black person, but I, you know, definitely changed, and I'm like a lot better. Moving on forward, my sister had a conversation with her about a couple of weeks ago, and she was like, "Oh, you out here, you know, overly tipping, and that to me isn't necessary. And the person did an okay job." I'm like, "But how do you not know that by me giving them a little extra, it could have helped them, you know, with a bill or them getting home to, you know, from work? Like, you never know." Like,
generous.
I do random acts of kindness. Like, I'm probably the only person in my family who is a random act of kindness type of person. And one thing I'm not gonna do is, you ain't never gonna see it, you know, me showcase it, because I don't let my left hand know what my right hand's doing. You know, I hate when people do that. So again, you have all of these different spiritual entities that people love to sit here and say, "Oh, why you ask so many questions?" I have my family members, like I've had my mom for so many years, say, "You talk too much, and why are you trying to be friends with that person? And why are you out there taking pictures with that girl?" These are things I deal with on a regular, people. Okay, so people are like, "Oh man, Kyndra, you're happy-go-lucky." The reason I'm a happy-go-lucky person is because I remove myself out of situations. I don't go over people's house for a reason. I don't. If it were my rule of thumb is, if it requires fake smiling, I'm not gonna go.
I'm tired already. My face hurts.
I'm not gonna show up. Okay. You know, so like I said, that's honestly how I am as a person. You know, you gotta get to the point. I had to get to a point of letting things go, saying it is what it is. Like, trying to call people out on everything is exhausting. If you did that, you did that. You did that for a reason. That's how you felt.
Exactly. And if you didn't apologize, you meant that. So, and I don't want no fake apology.
I don't care.
So how is it being a comedian and dating? Like, are you in a relationship? What's that like?
Well, here's the thing. Men don't last with me. Okay.
No.
Not because I've done something wrong because of them. I'll give you guys a quick little rundown of what I mean by that.
Okay.
A lot of these men are very old. And here's the thing: you want to be old, that's fine, but can you be attractive? You've been an ugly duckling your entire life. Okay. They're broke. How you old and broke, sir? Okay. Let's see. I might get some people in my age group, us 90s, early 2000 babies. I'll get some of them. But here's the sad part. I ain't never met so many people over the age of 21 who don't have a legal job, their own car, a crib, their own money. But hey, they got weed. And to me, that's just deplorable, because it's like, why is that your motivating force? How do you have weed, but you don't have money to get your own place? All right. A lot of these guys, want to, what you doing all day? What you doing? What you doing? They don't have nothing to talk about. It's a lot of boring people on
Nothing
that
to
too.
do. Yeah, they're unstimulated.
There's a lot of people, a lot of guys. I look at teeth, man. Why your teeth look like New York State line? If my teeth are perfect, your teeth should need to be up to par as well. It's your priorities. A lot of these guys, just want to have sex, and I'm not here for that. Okay, you gotta get to know somebody before you decide to open up yourself to them like that. So again, these guys don't last with me, and I'm like, oh, I want your number, bro. I don't even know what your first name is. This is like an hour into me talking to you. You like, what you want me to take your name and my contact is? Your mama's a Savage 67. Like, come on now.
Do you are you on the dating apps?
No, I'm just working on my career and just trying to make it in life. And because I've tried the dating apps, but my thing is like,
how is it?
It's a joke, in my opinion. Again, people like with Tinder, Plenty of Fish, Black People Meet, a lot of those apps, they're just really for people, like I said, just a hookup app. I'm more of an in-person. I have an old soul.
Yeah.
I like the in-person type of, let me see, because the thing about the apps and social media, it's not going to let you know if a person has body odor. It's not going to let you know if a person's really that height in real life. They really have a car, all that type of stuff, So that's the thing about that.
Yeah, I'm more of an organic type of person too. Like I want to meet people like through my friends or through people I know, I feel
most definitely.
Do you have a zodiac sign you tend to attract that you're most attracted to?
I attract everybody, to be honest with you. I don't even, I'm like every zodiac sign I've attracted, but as far as with like a regular, no, I don't have it, at all. I can't say. Like, again, like I said, we don't even make it that far with a lot of these people. So I feel like I've attracted everybody in a way.
Right. What about friendships, like being a comedian and maintaining friendships? How is that for you?
You know what the thing is? A lot of people just fall by the wayside. Some people come into your life for a reason, a season, a lifetime. And for me, I have a harder time befriending women than I will with men, because women are catty. And it's like, I wish I could like have a girls trip. I just need to find the girls first. A lot of them are catty. But as far as the friendships, I've maintained some good friendships over the years. They're few and far in between and everything else. So I typically gravitate towards a larger crowd. I mean, the older crowd than the younger crowd in a way.
I feel you. Are you friends with like other comedians, or do you try to befriend people that's not in that same space that you do your work with?
Well, because I'm a social butterfly, I'll come across a person, don't realize that they're funny until like maybe talk 5-10 minutes later of having a conversation. I'm like, wow, you are freaking hilarious. And it works out like the way. I'm like, can I steal that for my future material? To like, Kyndra, I'm not on social media. I don't care. That's fine. Say this, say that. Type of thing. So yeah, I befriend whomever I can befriend.
What would you say is your creative process?
Creative process, as far as how I come up with my material?
Like the things you have to do to make sure your craft is razor sharp.
So I remember my mother always taught me to think before I speak, and I never listened to her. So I just spew out whatever comes out of my head. The first thing that comes out of my head, whether it's funny or not, and I test out my jokes on different people, and I kind of go from there. Yeah. So yeah, that's my creative process, but I think before I speak.
Do you watch television a lot, or do you try to stay away from it?
Well, now that we have Fire Stick and Hulu, and everything else, I definitely haven't gone to like, as far as like a Comcast bill and stuff like that. I don't watch TV. Too many commercials for me. After the commercial number 3, I'm like, can we wrap this up? Can we put the program back on? But no. So I watch a lot of stuff on, everything's uploaded on YouTube. So it's really just like YouTube University for me.
So what's next for you in regards to Kyndra Crump, the comedian? What's next? What are you looking forward to? Do you have projects you want to promote?
The only thing I will say is definitely just trying to just to continue to book podcast interviews. I'm trying to, whatever podcast that you listen to, I'm trying to get on there. Like, I just had a conversation with Kyndra, like, oh my gosh, type of stuff, you know. So
Right.
for me, just continue to be great, not allowing the life pressures and issues that are going on in my daily lives to affect me. I always tell people, man, you got 5 minutes out the day to be emotional, then you got to be gangster again. Get that 5 minutes, go and vent and let it out. You know, that's what makes you youthful.
Yes. Who's your favorite motivational speaker or the inspirational people that you listen to and get your wisdom from?
Okay, so a lot of I'm a God-fearing woman, so a lot of my inspiration comes from the Bible. I like Iyanla Vanzant.
I like her as well.
I like her. You know, I seen her one time in the airport, and she literally, like, she had her head wrap on, and I'm like, look at her all chill and relaxed, not caring what people think. I'm like, that's how you supposed to came in comfortable.
Oh, I'm manifesting her in my life for sure.
That's it. You gonna run it. You might listen. You might see her before the week is over. Just see her like Hobby Lobby or something like that. You know. But I like her. I like a lot of Steve Harvey's some of the things that he says as well. I like him, but those are probably only a few I can say.
To keep, because we got to keep our cup filled, with inspiration and motivation, because it can get challenging at times, when you want to pursue your art form, you want to pursue your craft, and you have people trying to throw judgment and shade and slick comments and, making it seem like it's going to be much harder than it has to be. So we have to make sure we understand what our creative process is. Like, day in and day out, what's going to get me up in the morning, what's going to sustain me through the day, what's going to, what am I feeding my brain at night before I go to sleep, because I'm a marinate on these thoughts. I'm a marinate on these ideas, so it's so important to have like systems in place. And that's what I'm learning, like, because, I'm very much a creative spirit as well. I like to go with the flow and, do things as I think of them and as it feels right. But some things just require a system, just like even traveling. Like, I don't drive the same route every day. I try not to leave places at the same time every day, because I just, am aware that some people are crazy and they stalk you and they learn your driving habits and stuff. So I'm very intentional to not do that. So I kind of carry that over, that lack of structure, in my other areas of life. And it's like, no. Some things require a system. Some things require consistency and just literally doing the same steps over and over again every week, because that's how you're going to get success. That's how people are going to hear about you and see you. Like, the more you're putting yourself out there, the more you're being authentic and genuine and tapping into your power and tapping into your gift, people are going to want to hear and see more of that. So give them what they came for.
That's right. Speak.
Okay. Give them what they came for, y'all. Okay. So, and also, as you're creating and putting out your art form, you have to make sure there's a sincere belief behind it. Like, you have to truly believe in you. And if you don't feel full faith about yourself, if you don't truly feel that you're doing what it takes, it's probably because you know that you're not doing 100%. Maybe you're still operating at 50% because you're unsure. You're like, you guys, like, we talk about affirmations all the time and manifesting. Like, today is 5-5 day. 5 is the number of change. It's the number of pivot. From 1 to 10, what's the middle number? 5. So it has that, kind of like that crossroad effect as well. It's like, okay, which path are you going to take? And you're going to keep doing what you're doing, or you're going to change and do something about it, because no change is no change, right? If today is the day of change, you have change or not. If you're not going to change, keep doing the same things. If you are going to change, be clear about it and do it and be consistent, because Taurus energy says, I'm making the plan and I'm sticking to it. I'm hitting the ground. I'm hitting the pavement over and over again. I'm charging for it. I'm going. That's Taurus energy. Building, getting grounded, focusing on the money, focusing on the prosperity, the abundance, the financial increase. And we're speaking it, Taurus energy is very sensual, dealing with the 5 senses, what you're seeing. Are you seeing beautiful things? Are you appreciating the beauty in life? Are you appreciating what you have now? Smell, make sure that your things smelling good. Like, I brought some aromatherapy candles yesterday, and just making sure things smell clean, and, taking a deep inhale through the nose to breathe in the fresh air, to breathe and meditate and breathe out that stress, what you're tasting, maybe eating healthier foods, eating more green foods, eating foods that's more root-based foods, potatoes, carrots, anything that's of the earth, getting grounded, energy, what you're touching, touching more money, touching new things, just having that tactile experience, and also what you're hearing, what you're speaking, what other people are speaking to you, the messages you're getting. Like today may be a heavy download day, just like today, how it came to me to be an intuitive coach. Like yesterday, I was totally lost on what to, brand myself as. And today it just came to me. So today is a very divine day for downloads where you just may get those intuitive messages. And that's going to help you to determine where you should be pivoting and where you should be, redirecting your energy towards. So, and also you can't manifest what you don't know what you want. We have to get clear on what we want, how we want it, and the way that we want it, because shoot, just like if you go to the restaurant, what do you want to eat? Oh, I don't know, a sandwich. Okay, they're just gonna give you some bread and send you on your way, bread and cheese, because you didn't say if you wanted a burger, a chicken sandwich, a fish sandwich. You wasn't clear, so you can't be mad when you don't receive what you want because you wasn't clear in the first place.
That's right.
Why you got to have the system. Okay, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? Does it matter if I have people support me or not? No, because I'm doing this for me because I want to. And I'm going to be consistent in it every day. And I'm going to improve myself and invest in my craft every day so I can get better and better and continue doing the outreach, continue doing marketing and hyping myself up. So I'm teaching other people, look, you're going to hype me up because I hype me up, doggone it. Diddy energy. If people love Diddy because he was so for him, Kanye, same way. Like they have that effect of like, you going to love me because I love me. And like energy is so real, and people love. Love is contagious. So we just have to make sure we're standing firm that, because Kyndra, I don't know, I didn't mention this earlier, but when I was in 4th grade, I had a teacher, because remember I said I was very inquisitive and I talked a lot too, and I'm stepping into that power of like, shoot, I got things to say. But Mr. Hillian, I've told the story like so many times, but it's relevant today. I don't know what I said to him. But he bent down. He's this tall, slender man. He bent down. He's like, shut your little teeny mouth. He was waving his finger in my face. And that thing hurt my feelings so bad. I went home and told my mom I was crying. And for a period of time, I wasn't as participative in class. But as I've gotten older and, had life experiences, I've realized that when I speak, it's healing for me. So I'm not going to let one person say, shut your little teeny mouth, make me feel like I have nothing to say, so thank you for sharing, that experience with your sister when she was like, that's funny, because like we all have those defining moments where people try to make us doubt our gifts, and then God is just waiting for us to be like, look now, you better have a little more faith in that. Like, don't, this is just, just to see if you really truly believe in yourself. And I think as we get older, where we have on these layers of defense with adults telling us what to do and telling us to play small and don't ask so many questions and don't be so inquisitive, blah, blah, blah. We have all this conditioning, all these layers of rocks. And as we get older, we realize, I want to live for me. I want to do things I want to do. And we chip away at those layers and kind of basically go back to what it was when we were a child, like when we had that innocence of pure love, pure excitement, pure joy of the things we wanted to do before we had an adult saying, no, don't do it this. Don't, because they didn't have someone believing in their imagination.
That's real. That's real. Done said a word right there. That's how you end it out. We got to toast and drink.
A mic drop. A mic drop. Cheers. But Kyndra, if you would share with the people where we can find you on social media.
Yes. I am at the Kyndra Crump Show. So D as in the KYNDRA CRUMP show. If you don't know how to spell show, go back to elementary school because you got left behind and no child act left behind. All right. My YouTube is Kyndra Crump. And my Instagram is, my podcast, on individual podcast is the Kyndra Crump Show. Same as my Instagram. You guys don't be that weirdo to sit here like 5, 10, 15 posts and not even hit the follow button. What the heck is wrong with you? Hope your credit score starts over at -500.
Support the artists out here. Support the creatives. We just try to, it takes nothing to click a like. It takes nothing to click subscribe. Okay. But Kyndra, thank you so much for your time and your energy. Much love and blessings to you. And you guys, remember, you can follow me on Instagram at CheChe Babe, CheCheBabe, as well as the My Virgo Friend podcast. Follow both pages, interact with me, let me know how you doing, how you liking the podcast. Do you have any feedback? Send me some questions. I do want to have a question segment on the show where people just, asking for advice or whatever. I would love to give my input on what questions you may have. But yeah, or even just to send me some love, whatever, connect with me. Remember, it's 5 days. So by the time you hear this, it'll be May 6th. So my bad, but it's still a very highly charged, energetic week. It's money making May. It's money manifestation May. So make sure you're visualizing and taking deep breaths and scripting, writing down the things you want, journal, just connecting with your spirit and rising to the occasion. So much love to y'all. Thank you for the support. And yes, watch this episode on YouTube if you have not already. Thank you, Kyndra.
Thank you, sis. Be blessed.
Yes, ma'am. You as well. Bye, y'all.